we have not only a pretty significant announcement coming, also make sure y'all drop in some questions because we brought in all kinds of experts. My name's Anthony. I have the privilege of being one of the family travel experts here at JGOOT. And y'all see me weekly as I get to hang out with whichever one of you experts is bringing the heat every Monday when we come together here.
I'm Julie. I cover family as well. I'm one of the other family coaches. And then I also do cruises as well as operations for JGOOT.
And I'm Joel. I'm the founder. I started the company 9 years ago, and we've grown it to this amazing group of people, as well as many, many others that operate behind the scenes, as well as in all of our courses that we're going to be talking about today.
Stephanie, and I am the resident Southwest Airlines expert and Redemption Multipliers course coach, finding difficult award space and flying Southwest Airlines.
I'm Kira. I am your earning multipliers coach. So ask all the questions about earning, and we're here to help you out today.
We wanted to make sure that every single area of the JGOOT way of travel is covered and addressed by an expert here today. So we did that, and I grabbed a couple of questions that y'all dropped there, and I thought we'd start with one of those. Mary asked, can you buy an economy ticket and use points to upgrade to premium economy or business class?
This is going to largely vary by the airline you're flying and what their policies are, and also how you booked the ticket. So if I had to just summarize some tips, I think the first tip would be if you are intentionally wanting to upgrade your ticket, like if you know you're buying economy and you don't really want to fly economy, have the expectation you might still end up in economy because upgrades might just not be available if people are willing to pay cash for them. And B, don't book through a partner. You're always book direct if you're trying to upgrade. And then yes, some airlines will let you upgrade with points. Some will only let you upgrade in cash, depending on what you paid for the ticket. So Google that airline's particular policies before you buy the ticket.
Joel, I know you get asked this a lot on our JGOOT Vault Q&As, and you have kind of a slightly different approach in that you don't typically worry about upgrades, right?
Yeah, that's for us. Our personal policy is anything over 3 hours. We're pretty much planning on going in first class. We don't want to run the risk of getting stuck in premium economy. We want those live flat seats. That's what we save our points for. That's why we go to this extra trouble.
I'm thinking I could have done better with my travels today. Do you have any tips? My family of 3 missed our connecting flight. United rebooked us and we'll make it home later.
My recommendation is, like, if you have this situation and United can go ahead and rebook you and you're getting home the same day and it's not involving multiple connections, you may have gotten the best case scenario here. You're not having to come out of pocket for anything. You're not having to waste points or dollars. You're still going to get home and United took care of the flight for you. If you can get home same day and you didn't have to book a hotel and stuff, then that's actually like a nice scenario.
I'd like to throw something else out there too, of like, there's not much you can do by the time you get to the airport the day of and so on. But a lot of times when I'm booking flights, one other thing I will look at, if there are similarly priced flights with different airlines, I will usually go with the one that has more flights that day for that exact reason. So if there are cancellations, if there are delays, and there often are, that way, you're with the airline that has the most backup options. And that could be the obvious choices, like, United with several options versus American that only has one option. Or it could be several carriers in the same alliance.
Stephanie, when there are benefits to a certain credit card, is it one per account or one per card? Specifically with the Southwest Rapid Rewards card. My husband and I have one account with 2 cards. We each have our own number.
1 credit per account. So if it's like you get 4 upgraded boardings a year and you each have a card. If he has an authorized user card, it's still the same 4 upgrades, but like he could use 2, you could use 2, or you could use 3, you could use 1, etc. But it's the same 4 you're pulling from, regardless of how many authorized users you have. If you have different accounts, obviously you can get double.
I've gotten pretty adept at using Rakuten and building tons of Amex points. Love to hear that. I'm struggling, though, to build points on my Chase Sapphire, which is particularly useful for Hyatt redemptions. Do you have any tips, Kira?
Yeah, I mean, I will say universally, Hyatt points are more difficult to earn. Rakuten, the beauty of it is its ease. It's so easy to earn those points. But Chase does have their own shopping portal. It's called Shop Through Chase, and it will earn you ultimate reward points. So you can definitely use that in lieu of Rakuten to earn up and build up those points that transfer to Hyatt.
The JGOOT argument is that you can get by with as much as possible with as few cards as possible. And our argument is 2 cards, 1 Chase card and 1 Amex card. Now, a lot of people will later add what's called an everyday card. And that's a card that might earn 2 points on all the stuff that only earns 1 point either with Chase or Amex. And one thing I recommend is get that Chase card, learn to maximize use of it. Get the Amex card, learn to maximize use of it, depending on how we spend them. And once you know whether you need more Chase or more Amex points, you can get that everyday card to tilt the points in that card's favor.
When does it make sense as a newbie to get an Amex card? All I have is a Chase preferred so far.
So good for you for being patient. A lot of people run out and they just get all these new cards and they don't know how to use them. So you're on the right track. You really want to make sure that you're making the most use of that Chase card. In other words, learned a few ways to earn some extra points, not just through 2x at dining or 2x for travel, but other ways to earn extra points like through the shopping portal, through earning multipliers. And then more importantly, you really want to have experience transferring points so that you get 3, 4, maybe 5 cents per point. That could be a staycation at a Hyatt near you. It could just be a quick trip. Once you do those two things, then you're probably ready to graduate to Amex, because Amex gets quite a bit more complicated.
What's the best site to find point steals?
The answer to the question, there is no one website for finding great points deals. There's tools you can use to find deals faster. They're not going to find deals that weren't there. They're not going to pull word space out of thin air for you. They're just going to make your searches faster, but you do have to have a good foundation for how to set up your searches. And I think there's several things that you can use to help set up really good, efficient searches. We teach all of this stuff in Redemption Multiplier course. But I think for someone just starting out, I would really want you to focus less on what sites do I go to a word space to find a word space, and more think about isolating the main routes that airlines fly, what we would call the meat of your flight, and understanding how airlines are routed.
Let's change things up here. How about single travelers?
My best tip for solo travel is to do it. Like, I love solo travel on getting some time to myself, to go to Disney, to go to a quilting convention, to go do other things. So if you haven't gotten the joy of taking a solo trip in a while, I highly recommend it.
Yeah, I'll piggyback on that. Like, do the thing. Like, not only take the trip, but when you're on the trip, like, do the thing that you want to do. Feel a little uncomfortable doing alone, but it's so invigorating, and to just like be 100% on your own time frame, your own schedule.
And then you don't have to tell people you're by yourself, but it is good to just have some connections or people that you made friends with or that you know in the area. So you never really feel truly alone at all.
I want to throw one more tip out there too. If you're solo traveling and you don't want to be solo traveling, then join groups, make friends. This is a little soft love for like the lounge and local meetups, where we have a lot of solo travelers who want to meet other solo travelers. And we have a lot of people who've made those connections who take amazing trips together.
Which Amex card or cards do we recommend here? Joel, maybe you can give us a breakdown of that. And then Kira, I want to throw to you this Rakuten Amex question. I know you did some research on that for us.
Well, yeah. So I think the biggest thing is you want an Amex card that earns membership rewards. And this is a very confusing thing. A lot of people say, well, will my Hilton Amex work? Will my Marriott Amex work? Will my Delta Amex work? And that doesn't work. Because we like to say, if you're branded, you're stranded. So any branded card that you have, you're stuck with that airline or with that hotel. And the key here is flexibility. When in doubt, it's probably the Amex Gold card. Kira can probably elaborate on that and compare and contrast that with specifically the Rakuten Amex, which is another trap.
So when in doubt, it's never the Rakuten Amex. No, I mean, in short, the Rakuten Amex is definitely what Joel likes to call a shiny object. It, on the surface, seems like it could be a really good thing to partner up with your Amex shopping, but there are lots and lots of caveats and carve-outs and limitations and all of these things that, at the end of the day, don't make it worth taking a slot from your credit cards. Don't make it worth juggling another bill to pay and another thing within your methods of earning. It's just not worth it. Lots of bugs. Shiny object. Cross it off your list. Move on to the next one.
It just seemed like a really good time, Joel, if you don't mind, for us to bring this in here and make a pretty big announcement that we've been teasing for a little while here. We have bundled all 6 of our memberships, all represented here, into one all-access JGOOT Vault. Everything that we're talking about here, we're learning about, and you're getting to ask questions about. We've gotten questions about redemption multipliers, about earning multipliers, about cruises, about family travel, about the Southwest Companion Pass, all here today. And prior to now, these have all been individual separate memberships that you have to sign up for one at a time. And many of you have, and it's been great, but we've put something brand new together. And so I kind of want to walk through what that looks like. Just like it's always been, the JGOOT Vault still has an entire archive of trainings just like this. And we make every single one of these available in the JGOOT Vault. Now, this JGOOT Vault includes all 5 mini membership programs that we just outlined, all available under this one umbrella. And 6 monthly Q&As, one for each one of those mini memberships, plus one, Joel, directly with you, right?
Yep. We stay until every question is answered.
So it not only includes all of that, it's going to continue to include daily trip alerts. That's an email that you get every single morning with the best cash deals out of either your home airport or the nearest one to you. That's a good, strong cash deals airport. And then this is brand new. You're going to get, as part of the vault, a 2-cent deals newsletter. So imagine having our redemption multipliers expert looking for deals every single week, where you're getting at least 2 cents per point in value. Now, if you've been following and you've looked at any of these previously, you know that each one is normally priced at $97 per month, each one of these mini memberships. However, the new JGOOT Vault, when this goes live, is going to be available for $197 per month. And that's for every single thing that we just laid out there.